The New York Post's editorial board didn't hold back in its criticism of Representative Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, Democrat from New York, who expressed concern about the affordability of New York City for working-class people. While acknowledging her point, the board placed the blame squarely on her shoulders for advocating policies that, in their view, contributed to the city's escalating costs. In a Tuesday publication, the editorial commenced by acknowledging Ocasio-Cortez's observation. For once, AOC is right. They can't afford to live here anymore, she said Monday of working-class Gothamites. The thing is, it's the policies that she and her progressive allies want more of that have made the city so expensive. Ocasio-Cortez voiced her concerns during a recent town hall, emphasizing that it was the working class, not the wealthy. Feeling the financial strain of living in the city, she advocated for taxing the rich further to address the issue. However, the editorial lambasted AOC's sympathy for the working class, attributing the current crisis to the policies she and her political allies championed. It specifically pointed to the influx of immigrants into New York, driven by their demands, and the associated costs exceeding $12 billion through fiscal 2025. Highlighting the impact of progressive housing policies, the editorial queried, "What about housing?" It cited a survey indicating that a third of New Yorkers spend over half their income on rent, criticizing left-wing calls for more rent control as a major contributor to the scarcity of affordable housing. The editorial also scrutinized the reduction in housing availability, citing the blocking of the 421 a tax break for developers and the Tenant Protection Act of 2019, which removed 43,000 units from the market due to landlords being unable to cover the expenses of upgrading old apartments to code. As a consequence, the editorial warned that only 11,000 new housing units were expected to be built in the city that year, half the number from 2022. Turning to Ocasio-Cortez's climate change agenda, the board argued that it was already driving power prices higher for New Yorkers. Progressive criminal justice reforms were also criticized for allegedly resulting in billions of dollars being stolen by shoplifters. Regarding Ocasio-Cortez's proposed solution of taxing the rich, the editorial contended that the exodus of the wealthy from the state and city was already underway, partly due to the influence of progressive leaders. In conclusion, the editorial painted a bleak picture, asserting that AOC and her fellow leftists were indifferent to the real impact of their ideas on the people they claim to represent. It warned that if progressive ideology continued to dominate New York, the city would become increasingly unaffordable, leading to a surge in population exodus.